Hi everybody, Dr. Scott with Thrive Family Chiropractic. So last night we hosted a workshop here at the office called Live Your Most Powerful Life. So what it had to do with was what metabolic health is and how we can improve that. If you don't know or couldn't make it last night, metabolic health is kind of at the roots or underlying how healthy we are. So most of us know what metabolism is, and most of us know as we get older, it's a part of the natural aging process that metabolism starts to go down. So the most common things that people struggle with are good sleep, stress management, lack of exercise, energy levels, mood, irritability, and the list can go on and on and on. Metabolic health really can affect our lives in such drastic ways. So of course with chiropractic care, we are so focused on the nervous system, and that really is the foundation of living a true happy life with how well you are doing with your metabolic health. So metabolic health is really, if you get down to the nitty gritty, the sciencey part of it is how healthy your cells are. So of course we're made of trillions of cells, and all of them have energy centers inside of them, the mitochondria and all these little parts and pieces that have to work together. So if we're not taking in the right food, not absorbing the right nutrients, vitamins, minerals, proteins, fats, carbohydrates, all these things from a good diet, we're not going to have good metabolic health. Okay, but it's much more than that. Obviously, exercise and movement and sleep and some of the things I already mentioned. So we covered a lot of those details last night. If you're interested but just couldn't make it, let me know. We're going to have probably more of these talks coming up in the future, but I could also just send you some information. So either email the office at info@thrivelincoln.com. Give us a call, 615-6022, and I'll get you some information on this. But the scary statistic is, and I shared this a week or two ago in a video, is 6.8% of the US adult population over the age of 20 has optimal levels of cardio-metabolic health. 6.8% of us. That's scary. Now, why is that? You know, with such an expensive and sophisticated medical or health care system, kind of more what we call a sick care system, honestly. Like we go to our doctors when we have something going on, and most of us just really aren't that healthy for all of the reasons we already talked about, right? Lack of exercise, lack of good sleep, lack of stress management, and also lack of poor nutrition and hydration, and then throw bad habits on there and all these kind of things. So we're gonna make it real simple though. I'm just gonna tell you a little bit, some of this information maybe you already know, but what the sad reality is that even if you, like Dr. Brittany and myself, with us and our families, I mean, we eat really, really healthy. Yeah, we have a little sweet tooth here and there and throw some things in moderation, and that's no big deal, right? We can do that because most of the time, 95% of the time, we're eating really well. Good, whole, organic foods a lot of times, a lot of protein and vegetables and fruit, and nuts and seeds and things like that. So we have a pretty good diet. But the reality of the situation is, because of the world we live in right now, agricultural things over the last 20, 30 years, our food is so depleted in the nutrients, vitamins, and minerals because the soil's depleted, because of chemicals, let alone not only depletion of these vitamins and minerals that we need to live healthy and optimally, then you throw on the pesticides and herbicides and chemicals, and then throw on the processed packaging, chemicals, sugar, all the stuff. That's all toxic load on our body that our kidneys and liver have to filter out, right? So you can just imagine, like, where do I start? What do I do to begin? That's what I want to introduce you to today. So if you know anything about Dr. Brittany and myself, I told the group of people here last night this same story. Over 12 years, 13 years almost of doing this and having a private practice, I couldn't tell you how many times we've had representatives come in or email or call with nutrition supplement companies. They want us to investigate their products. They want us to sell their products. And literally, always a hard no. It's just a world that's so complicated, and unfortunately, ethics and morals and values and the quality of some of these things is just not something that I've been able to put my trust in. And Dr. Brittany feels the same way. So we've spent years and years and years, like there's no reason we have to pick one or the other as far as what we recommend to our patients. So of course, those of you who've been in the office know that we have certain supplements here that we recommend, from probiotics for your babies, for your kids, to women's health, prenatal vitamins, all these things. If you look at our shelves in the office, we have a few companies, really kind of two main companies that we have put our whole trust into, and there's reasons for that. Number one is Ancient Nutrition. We know Dr. Josh Axe personally, friends with him, we'd call him, and we just know he and his business partner have the highest morals, ethics, and standards. They're really trying to recreate agriculture. So they are literally organically and what's called regenerative agriculture in Tennessee and Missouri, the farms that they have, to grow all of their own food that they put into their supplements. Because supplements these days, they're not regulated. They're not regulated. You could go buy something at CVS or Walmart and you have no idea what's in it. Honestly, they can say what they want on the label and it just might not be true. There's been studies that have shown that, right? They dissect these things and look at what's actually in them, and so often 90% of them are fillers. Right? If you've ever taken a supplement and you burp up bad taste, or you take a supplement and you pee out bright yellow, sometimes there's odors to that, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign at all. Or if they make you nauseous after you take them, not a good sign, okay? That they're not whole food form. They're synthetics. So that's the thing with Ancient Nutrition that we love, is whole food supplements that your body will use and absorb what's actually in them, and they're good quality. So, but exciting stuff is happening in another company that we're affiliated with. So doTERRA is an essential oil company. Dr. Brittany's been involved with essential oils for many years. We've used them for us and our family with amazing results. But the oil part of it has always been kind of all we've ever dived into. But we went to a conference a couple months ago, and they presented the science and the research behind some new products that they have. One of them's new, one of them's not new. So we decided to give them a try. And I'll tell you what, we've had amazing results. Not only that, Dr. Brittany, she's been taking some of them we're going to go over in a second, and has none of the nauseousness that she used to never be able to take supplements in the morning on an empty stomach because she just get nauseous and all these bad things. And then, like I said earlier, pee out the bright yellow. It's just not good quality stuff when that happens. So to kind of wrap this up, the first supplement that is just amazing. So here's another funny tidbit. Dr. Josh Axe himself, who owns Ancient Nutrition, a supplement company with a lot of awesome products that we recommend, actually promotes, still to this day, this first product we're going to talk about, which is called the Lifelong Vitality Pack. Sorry it's backwards because of my phone, but you can see it, Lifelong Vitality Pack. So there's 3 different supplements inside of this. What this is meant to do is to fill the gaps in our nutrition deficiencies, like I just talked about a few minutes ago. You can eat a pound of spinach and only get 20% of the minerals, vitamins that you used to be able to get. Right? So you have to eat 4 times, 5 times as much of these fruits and vegetables to get the same amount you would have 20 years ago. Doesn't that blow your mind? That's how nutrient depleted things really are. So what's in this Lifelong Vitality Pack is what's called Microplex VMZ. Now I'm not going to go into all the details here, but basically all of these are whole food forms, so they're bioavailable, so your body takes them, digests them, and absorbs them, and it's going to fill all the gaps. So in these 3 little bottles, instead of having 45 different supplements on your shelf, they have figured out a way to combine things in these capsules, and you get so much benefit. Everybody knows what omegas are, right? So EO, omega. So an essential oil omega complex that has the perfect omega-3 to omega-6 ratios that we all need. Of course, there's other ingredients in here that are just great for inflammation control, joint health, all those kind of things. So make sure you look at that one. And then the last one is alpha CRS. Now this one is specifically for called a cellular vitality complex. So there's things in here that have been shown in clinical studies, and that's an important thing. doTERRA, as the company, we've chosen to follow and promote their products because they have science-based, a whole clinical research team, PhDs, MDs, and also they work with, I believe it's 5 different independent university research centers. So they look at their products. They don't just throw stuff in a pill and then put it out there. They're really one of the only companies going through that much extensive research to make sure what they put out there is good quality, ethical, moral. They're doing some tremendous things around the world for the communities of growers out there too, which is just a whole nother subject, but that's really cool. So this is gonna help your cells function well, reducing oxidative stress on your cells, and just helping them use the energy more efficiently. Okay, so this is a must have for really anyone, adults mostly, teenage years and up, right? So this is gonna fill those gaps in your nutrition. Okay, so then the next exciting products that they have that are pretty new is called MetaPower. So the MetaPower system, that stands for Metabolic Personal Wellness Realized. Okay, so metabolic health, which I kind of talked about earlier, is how basically your metabolism is, and that has everything to do with blood sugar levels and insulin. Everybody's heard of insulin before, right? So if you know someone who has diabetes, things like that, they have insulin regulation issues, blood sugar control issues. So what happens, if any of you can relate to this, I used to struggle so bad with my mornings were good, I'd eat lunch and I would crash. It's like, man, I'm exhausted, I feel like I need to take a nap. Why is that? I wasn't regulating my blood sugar. So when I ate, my body was breaking down that food, specifically those carbohydrates, and it could be, cruddy carbohydrates from chips and all that kind of stuff, breads, or even complex carbohydrates, some of the things like vegetables and fruits give us. All of it's broken down into sugar. And if your body does that too quickly, you get a big, massive blood sugar spike, insulin's released, and then you get this crash. And then you have this wavy roller coaster throughout most of your day. So many of us do. So what do we do about that? Well, this is where this product comes into play. So they showed us the research. They've done some clinical trials and preclinical trials in humans that they showed us the slides, what things look like under the microscope to glucose levels, and they tracked all these people's data. So it's really, really pretty awesome what this is doing. So you have a few different products. If you're not a pill taker, they have gums, they have little beadlets that you can just chew. So there's options there. But really what the point of this is the metabolic blend is there to help regulate the blood sugar levels, okay? The MetaPower Assist is what's used, so I would take that with my largest meal of the day, so right before I eat lunch or dinner, because those are my two big meals of the day. What this has been shown to do in these clinical trials is actually slow down the rate of breakdown of the carbohydrates. Right? So what does that mean? Well, that means you're not going to get the blood sugar spike and the insulin spike. So it's going to be, instead of a roller coaster like this, which causes a lot of damage over time to your cells and your body and your health, it's going to level that out. And that's what the data has shown in those trials so far. So that is a huge, huge thing. So for some people, the biggest thing they've struggled with is weight gain, right? So back to the metabolic blend and then some of these other things in here. This is an oil-based metabolic blend, and then the soft gels right here, okay? So that also has been shown in these clinical trials to reduce the size of fat cells. Now, how does it do that? So again, going back to blood sugar and insulin, if you have these blood sugar spikes and insulin spikes, you can become insulin resistant over time. So then what your body actually does is it stores that sugar in fat cells. So it goes to the fat. So we all have a set number of fat cells in our body. Let's say 1 trillion. Well, whatever it is, you don't really change that number. It's the fat cells get bigger over time when they're filled with that sugar stored as fat. Hopefully that makes sense. So what these products have shown to do in some of this preclinical research has been shown to block those pathways so the sugars can't get stored in those cells. So they have to be either passed out or used as energy. It's pretty fascinating stuff. So if weight loss has always been an issue for you, because with metabolic health, obesity, being overweight, high blood pressure, all of these things, if you have multiple of those, you actually can get diagnosed with something called metabolic syndrome, okay? So this is a real thing, and it's a scary thing in our world. So these products, man, I'll tell you what, we've been seeing some really cool results so far. The last thing is exciting as well. So I've been taking collagen myself for a few years and have noticed a tremendous difference in my joint health. Collagen, if you've heard of it, is also good for your skin, your hair, and your nails, right? There's 28 different types of collagen in the body. And so what you want to do with a collagen product is make sure it has a very diverse array of those, okay? So you can hit as many things as you can with one product. So this is super exciting, the MetaPower collagen, because not only has been shown to be 12 times more bioavailable, than most other collagens that are out there, which means your body absorbs 12 times more of it than another. So if you take a spoonful or a capful of collagen and it's 36 grams, you'll only get a fraction of that. Whereas you actually absorb 70 or more % of what's in the packet here. Okay, so that's an awesome thing. It's bioavailable. Your body's gonna use it. Okay, the other thing that they've done is they've put in more ingredients than any other that I know of collagen. So things that are going to reduce oxidative stress and reduce inflammation in your body. So there's a lot of things going on in this. You can go online, read all the stuff that's in them. Don't have time to do that today. But this is an exciting thing as well, because collagen protein, the protein that we have the most of in our bodies, right? Tendons and ligaments and joints and every cell, all these things. It has all that in there. So these are some awesome things coming your way if you choose to look into this. So how do you do that? So here's what you need to do. You can easy to email us, info@thrivelincoln.com, call us 402-615-6022. You could find us on social media if you really want to do that, that's fine. And just ask about the Lifelong Vitality Pack and the MetaPower Pack. Or you can go to a website, okay, specifically our website, that you can look at all these products, all the details you want, okay? It's my.doTERRA/Dr. Keller with a DR. So my.doTERRA, and doTERRA is spelled DOTERRA / DR Keller. Okay, once you get there, you can search for these, you can look at all their other products that are amazing, and let us know, and you can purchase right there if you want. There are different options, right? If doTERRA kind of works kind of like a Costco membership. So if you pay an annual $35 whatever fee membership thing, then you can get all the products at wholesale, which saves you a lot of money over time. But I think the deal is right now that if you go on and buy one of these packs, the Lifelong Vitality or the MetaPower, you actually get that membership waived. If you have any questions with that or problems, definitely reach out to us. Dr. Brittany or myself or Elena will get on the phone with you or email or text or whatever and get this figured out. So I hope that'll make sense. I tried to cover as much as I could in a short amount of time. We're at 17 minutes right now, so it's a little longer than my normal Wednesday videos, but I really wanted to get that out to you guys. The presentation last night was great. We had great feedback from everybody who was there, and I just wanted to at least get the highlights out to as many of you as possible just, we care about you guys, right? So our passion, the reason we do what we do, is just to make sure you guys and your kids and your families are healthy. And so these products are going to help fill the gaps and really kind of help with a healthy lifestyle and chiropractic care and all these things, just natural, healthy living. And that's what it's all about. So you're gonna add life to your years, not just years to your life. That's kind of the thing. And that's the other thing we talked about last night, not going to go into, but our lifespan is, even if it gets longer, if I live till I'm 86, what's been shown is those last 5 to 8 years are just really a poor quality of life. Advances in modern medicine, right? They help us live longer, but the proof has shown via the research that it does not add quality to the life, okay? So that's what we want. We want to be able to live longer and healthier and do the things that we want to do. So if you have any questions, get a hold of us. And I hope this helps you guys out. Pass it along to any friends, family that you might be interested in this. All right, take care. Bye.